Hold on, little girl, show me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl, a broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Fate will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. Oh, is the camera on? Oh, it is. I just wanted to take the opportunity to say that I saw Obama today in a press conference talk about rare earth elements and China, and it's amazing to me how infrequently we talk about energy policy. You know, there was an old philosopher, military theorist, and he a military historian, and he said, hey, war is just an extension of politics by other means. You know, he's kind of romanticizing and justifying war, but in my mind, there is no politics. There is no such thing as politics. There's only economics, and economics is driven directly by access to cheap energy. And a little anecdote: in the mid-1980s, OPEC made a new rule that these producing and exporting countries can only produce and export as much oil as they have proportionate to the reserves that they have. And so in the next 2 years, every single OPEC nation bumped up the amount of reserves they have, many of them by 30 and 50%. And so they said, hey, by the way, we have 30 to 50% more reserves than we did 2 years ago, promise. And because of that, they were able to produce more, and there was a production race by all these countries, and the world market was flooded with excess demand of oil. What did the price do? It plummeted. Well, the Soviet Union, heavily dependent on these petrodollars, they went bankrupt. And what happened? Well, Reagan was credited with winning the Cold War, right? And don't get me wrong, Reagan was one of our greatest presidents. I have a picture of Ronald Reagan hanging in my apartment. But I'm just saying, politics is directly tied to economics. And economics is directly tied to energy policy. There's no coincidence why every time oil, the price of oil in the last 50 years has spiked, presidential approval ratings have plummeted. It's just amazing to me that we haven't talked about it so long. And you're like, well, Huber, why won't the government do anything about it? Well, they're not incentivized to do so. Political terms are just too short. The infrastructure, to build the infrastructure, takes too long. So again, we can't depend on politics. We've got to do it ourselves. We need to change the tide of energy policy to keep America strong and to keep us safe. I'm the one who wants to be with you. Deep inside, I hope